morning. Ow. Of course, hit my hand on the, okay. This is a rough start. Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog. I just got a new pair of these running sunglasses. I'm about to go on a morning run. Really don't want to, but I know I will be glad I did, as I said in the last vlog. But these we got originally from like a Run Disney event last year, and they're the brand Airfit, but they have like every color under the sun, but they don't move when you run. It's the craziest thing. And I'll even put them up here, like if I'm running during a part and it doesn't move, like, I don't know, they feel like regular sunglasses, but there's something magic about these. So this is my second pair. The first pair, I figure I'll have one at work and one here, but point is, they are amazing. They're like $25. The shipping took a while. Yeah, I don't get any kickback or anything. I just really think these are incredible. And also my hair needs to be washed. So we're gonna do this run and then we're gonna wash the hair. It's gonna be great. Repping Run Disney right there. Run is done. Glad I did it. So I literally had just brought this up and Pinocchio was sleeping the other way and he turned around to get closer, huh? What's that stuff? Is that the stuff you love? He's like, oh my gosh. So I'd like to thank this part of the video's sponsor, which is Finn. Thank you for supporting the channel and sponsoring a second video this month. That's so cool. So this is something we have been giving to Pinocchio now for a while. He is 9.5. You're aging very gracefully, buddy. You're licking those lips. I see that. That'll wake you up out of a deep sleep. So this is their Bone Broth Plus. It is a superfood topper that is packed with collagen and essential acids. And so it's got 6 ingredients in it, which I love how simple it is. Beef bone broth, apple, sweet potato, sunflower, turmeric, and blueberry. So the way we use this is I sprinkle it onto his food in the morning. He loves it, you guys. I mean, he is waiting by the bowl. He is licking that thing clean. And I caught him today, like an hour after breakfast, licking his bowl again because there was a little bit on the edge and making sure he got all of it up. I also appreciate that it is rigorously tested. They developed this with a team of veterinarians and pet nutritionists to make sure that it really did have the optimal health benefits. And this is so great for dogs of any age, whether you have a younger, more active dog or a dog that's, like I said, aging gracefully. This is an amazing way to support their joint and mobility health, which many dogs have trouble with later in life. And the other thing that I think is cool about this is there are other ways you can give this to them. You could switch it up. You can mix it with warm water to make a broth with it. You could freeze this into a popsicle treat. You can bake it into a treat. You could pour it onto like a lick mat. There's so many different ways to use this, and I just love that it was so easily and seamlessly incorporated into the way we feed him anyway. He's joining us. Hi, handsome. Another thing I love is that they have got you covered with a 60-day happiness guarantee. So if your doggy doesn't like it, they will give you your money back. And I really appreciate that because some dogs can be picky. I feel like based on his reaction to this, your doggy probably will love it, but it is nice that they stand by their product in that way too. So if you want to check out Finn and check out Bone Broth Plus, I really think your doggy will love it. You can click the link in my description box or you can scan the QR code that is on the screen right now. That will get you 15% off your first bone broth order with code Jessica15 at checkout. Thank you again to Finn for sponsoring this video and continuing to support my channel. I appreciate it. And Pinocchio says, I really like your stuff. Are you the handsomest boy? Do you want to go to work with mommy? You want to go to work? Yeah? Okay, but I got a meeting. You got to be quiet. You promise? Okay. So we are going to head to the workspace and he's going to go with me. It always has to be on a day, like we cannot leave him there alone because he will cry and cry. Like he's comfy at home being left at home alone, but he is just one of those dogs that can be anxious in new places. So we have to be able to like be going straight home after there is my point. Right? Okay, on to work. Okay, so it is evening time. Tyler, I just finished the dishes. The girls are in bed and Tyler's at his photography class again, which I think I mentioned in the last vlog. He's doing once a week and it's just awesome. I want to make this thing I just saw on Instagram. You use banana and peanut butter and you freeze it. So basically in a muffin cup, I think I still have silicone ones and that's probably ideal to be able to peel it since it'll be peanut butter frozen. So you put 2 slices of banana, 2 or 3 slices of banana at the bottom, a little bit of peanut butter on top, spread it in each of the muffin cups, freeze it. Little snack, all it is peanut butter and banana, but something different. So, and honestly, that'll be perfect because poor little Felicity banged her lip And it's not quite like a fat lip, but like she kind of scraped it on the inside and then here. And so it's hurting. So she had a popsicle, but she's at that age where an ice pack, like she's not gonna hold an ice pack there, like please. So the popsicle was great, but in the morning, it might be nice to have something kind of frozen that she's eating. So other than like a popsicle at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Anyway, so I'm gonna make those. Let's see how it goes. I just opened my little baking drawer here and I don't still have them. So I think I'm gonna try to use these and spray them. I don't know. And we'll just see. You know, I guess I could just like dollop it onto wax paper, but I want them to have like a nice circle shape because I feel like they're gonna be more apt to eat it like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we'll try both ways. You're at a really awkward angle because I'm filming this on my phone and I don't have my tripod. So I sprayed them, but it's with an olive oil spray. And so I tried to wipe it out because I'm like, I feel like it's gonna taste weird. So I'm just gonna do a couple like this. And then, like I said, maybe a couple just like in a little ball or something on wax paper. We'll just kind of see how it goes, see if they mind. We had some bread. We were dipping it in like olive oil and balsamic vinegar today with dinner, and the girls were loving it. And it was cracking me up because I'm like, I feel like balsamic vinegar is a little bit more of a grown-up taste, but I was like, I'm not asking any questions. Peanut butter. We've been getting the no added sugar Jif from time to time lately, and it's been working out well. I need like a spoon for this. This is the hard part. Even watching the Instagram reel, it looked difficult. So I've got the bananas in there and the peanut butter, and I'm just gonna kind of do my best to spread it. It's gonna be, if they like these, then I might go ahead and buy, like on Amazon or somewhere, the silicone things. Let's just see how it goes. They're not even gonna be the shape. So now I'm like, I feel like I don't even need to put them in the cups. All right, we're moving on to wax paper. I've got like a smaller sheet pan wax paper. We're just gonna do it this way because I just don't think this is working, and I feel like the olive oil taste would be disgusting. So I will report back in a minute. Wow, this has been a stupid, rotten mess. Okay, so I've got 2 in one of these things, 3 of these the way they are. I gotta let it go because I'm like getting frustrated. I'm like, this is dumb. Instagram made it look oh so much easier. So let me know if you've made anything similar. And of course, I'll show you in the morning how they turn out and if girls like them. But let me know if you make anything similar, if you have any tips, or if you have like things you add to it. I feel like there'd be a lot of ways you could add things to this to, I don't know, like maybe add some like sunflower kernels or something if your kids like that. But yeah, all right, to the freezer they go for the night. Okay, it actually came out of the thing really easily. There we go. We're gonna see if she likes it. All right, a little update. Genevieve didn't try it because it was too cold. Felicity loves it. So there you go. They actually did peel out of the thingy pretty easily. So I don't know if I'll make them again or not. We'll see, but at least they're gonna eat them, or at least one of them will, so that's good. Little PSA from your online bestie, Jessie. These, if you use like the dish wand type things, these are the best ones. We used to get the yellow and green ones, and I just used up the last yellow and green, so I was excited to open these. We had them at work, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love these so much. They don't scratch. I feel like they stay cleaner a little bit longer. Supposedly they resist odor. I don't know. I didn't notice the yellow and green one like smelling bad. We try to replace them a decent amount because obviously you're literally washing your dishes with them. But yeah, wanted to give that shout out. And it does have the little hole cut out wherever it is that you can poke through so that the soap can still come through there. You know what I mean? So if you're into that, which I am. So yeah, it's a random favorite, but it's a favorite nonetheless. I feel like it was kind of hard to find these exact ones, so good luck. Godspeed. Also, continuation from the last vlog, we told you that the little magnet thing to unlock our cabinet down here from like the childproofing, we couldn't find. And we were convinced that Felicity took it and moved it somewhere, and we just didn't know where. It was up there. Why? I have no idea, but here it is. So now, I mean, honestly, now we have extra. Oh well, but also my mama gave me this yesterday. I have so much to tell you about yesterday. I don't think I vlogged at all. It just was a busy, kind of packed day. But my mom surprised me with this mug, which is so cute. And she surprised Tyler with, oh, it's over here, this. She knows we obviously love coffee mugs and Halloween and fall mugs too. This one. I told her, I was like, please, I'll be using that all the time too. Are you kidding me? It's so cute. The king of the castle. I love the shirt. I picked it out on Etsy recently and ordered it for an upcoming trip / just for me, I mean, for life. But I usually go like medium and kind of want it looser. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a small and just see how it fits. And honestly, it's perfect because it's still loose where I want it, but it's not so much bigger on me. So I don't know. I feel like for years I always erred on baggier, but I think for my body type, it looks a little bit better to have it fitted just a bit more, still loose where I want it. Anyway, I'll link this shop where I got this. This just makes me so unbelievably happy. Tyler was so jealous. I ordered him a different shirt you'll eventually see from Etsy too, but I'll link this if you're into Disney. Love it. And this skirt, by the way, is just from Amazon. I can link below. It's nice because it's not completely see-through. There's like a little bit of a lining there, which is just kind of fun. I guess I could like do that. I don't want to mess with like the thing though. You know what I mean? I feel like that'll kind of mess with it, but that would be cute. Throw on a little jean jacket. Are you kidding me? So I'm finishing getting ready here. And I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow. I used the Tear foundation that I talked about in a recent vlog previously. And I'm still really liking it. I will say I've realized, like, if you have a little bit of dry skin, like I have a little bit on my nose, I feel like it looks okay, but it's not perfect. But everywhere else, it looks so good. I do like applying it with the sponge it comes with, but then going over it with like my beauty sponge to kind of melt it into the skin fully. But for coverage, I do think their little, let me show you it in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Their little sponge is ideal. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. You can get a smaller version of it on Amazon. You can get both versions on Amazon, but the mini one, I kind of wish I had gotten just to make sure I liked it. I mean, I guess I do like it, so whatever. But if you want to save money and try it out, especially if you're not sure what shade. Anyway, I want to try this Firework mascara I bought from CVS, from Maybelline. So we're going to give that a whirl and see how we like it. Love trying new mascaras. It's one of those things that for me, it's a pretty easy decision to decide, do I like it or not? You know what I mean? But it's also so personal. Like we all like what we like. I have this area of my brows that is so sparse. So I'm going to finish my makeup and then we'll come back and try the mascara. I just remembered though, while I'm continuing, I'll tell you about yesterday. So, I mean, it was nothing crazy, but we started the day, Felicity had her like 2.5-year checkup. So I took her to that. It was great. She is so funny. I don't think I've told you guys this. So we went and got our flu shots recently and we went as a family. Our pediatrician does this thing where you can do, it's incredible. So like the whole family can get them done at the same time, which I so appreciate. So we went there on Saturday and obviously for any kid, shots can be scary. Felicity just watched her do it. Did not cry, did not wince. It was the most bizarre thing. And we're like, okay, well, that went well. So then at this doctor's appointment, she needed to get her finger prick. Like that's something they do in year 2 to check for like anemia and something else. I can't remember. So she does it and they have to get like a little teeny tiny vial of blood from the finger. No tears, just watched. So the doctor was like, she's going to be a surgeon. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Like, it was just so funny. Her and Genevieve are so opposite. It's insane. It's insane that we are the same parents, but they're, you know what I mean? Like, I think about that a lot with my own siblings. Like, we are all so different from each other. Some of us are more similar than others, but we're all so different. I'm like, how do we all come from the same parents? We also talk about a lot, though. There's a pretty big age gap between all 6 of us. And like my older siblings always say, like, mom and dad were different parents for us than they were for you guys. And I do think they're right. Like, I think my parents would agree with that too. Like, you just learn so much. And I can only imagine if I had that many kids over that long of a span. I mean, you're just a different person in general when you're in your 20s versus your 30s versus late 30s, let alone when you've raised more kids and you just know better, you know what I mean, in certain ways. So we always joke that, well, that's why the younger few of us are better than you older few. I'm kidding, sisters and brothers. I don't think any of you guys are watching anyway, but all right. So what am I doing? Oh, let me throw on a little liner too. So, okay, wow, I really got sidetracked there. So we went to the doctor and that went well, came home, and then my parents came over to hang with Felicity for like literally an hour so that Tyler and I could go to a bank and open our like HSA account with our new insurance we have. We have an HSA account, which I'm really excited to have actually, but we needed to open it and it was hard to find a time that worked. So it all worked out. We got that open. Then my parents, I ended up hanging with them and making them some lunch. And so we got to catch up, and they wanted to stay until Genevieve got off the school bus to surprise her. And so they did, and she was so surprised. It was adorable. Yeah, and then that evening, Tyler and I had like a parent night at Genevieve's school for like an informational PTO type thing. So we did that, and we were like, well, if we're going to have a sitter for the kids, we might as well like go have a date because we are literally trying to find anywhere we can make a date night. We do it because it is so difficult to get everything to align, to have a sitter in the evening and this and the other. So we did. We went to dinner, and it was so much fun. And I mean, we only had like an hour, but still. And then we went to the meeting, which was like an hour and a half, and then came home. So it just felt like a very much a whirlwind of a day. But we went to this restaurant called Savor. If you're anywhere near where I live, it was so good. Oh my gosh. We both got a fish dish. He got salmon and I got, grouper. No, halibut. And oh my gosh, the halibut had some like risotto and it was so good. And then his salmon had like a creamy dill sauce all over it. We were already like, okay, how do we make that creamy dill sauce at home with salmon? Because that was out of this world good. Anywho, so that was the day. Like I said, nothing crazy, but it just felt like such a whirlwind. And I kept meaning to like pick up the camera and chat with you guys, but it never really happened. Yesterday, however, is supposed to be my day where I get laundry done, and I got like half of it done, so it is what it is. We're gonna be this week, I was meal planning the other day, and I'm like, the meals we're making this week are all new to us. And so I'm excited. I want to share at least one of them with you guys when I'm making it and how it is, because I've been so enjoying sharing recipes with you guys, because I feel like, at least for me at this point in my life, I feel like finding great recipes that we love is of paramount importance to me. And so I think many of you guys are interested too, so I'm always excited to share that. Okay, we've been jabbering. So the Maybelline Fireworks Mascara, let's give it a whirl. So it says, I mean, it looks pretty volumizing. 360 lash, full flare. Some of these words don't even make any sense. Love the bright pink. When did this come out? I mean, I know it's new, but I'm like, this feels like more of a summer launch. Maybe it was. I don't know. Ooh, okay. So there's not a lot of like suction there. So I feel like it's like a lot of product. Okay. The brush is very bendy. You guys know I like a firm brush, and it's a very, very wet formula. I feel like it looks better on this side. I'm always like, well, maybe my lashes are just better on that side. I feel like already this isn't a brush that's easy to comb through your lashes. So it might have the tendency to give you like 4 lashes. Do you know what I mean? Where they all start to stick together, but we'll see. Well, never mind. That combed through that actually pretty well. Why is it called firework? Is it supposed to like explode out from your eye? Is that the idea? Okay. So, I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's just because it's so wet and the brush is so like flimsy, I don't know that this would ever be one I would repurchase. Like, I'll use it up. I feel like the look is nice, and perhaps the longer it's open, the slightly drier it'll become. But I don't think this would necessarily be one I would repurchase, just because the application process alone I don't enjoy. So, but the final look, I probably shouldn't mess with it too much. I do think is pretty. So yeah, I'll keep trying this, of course, as always, and I'll update you in a speed reviews video in the future, as I always do. But there you go. Our tomatoes, I think we told you guys the garden this year, we didn't plant anything in it. It just was not our year to do it. And so all the tomato plants that came up that filled the garden were just volunteer plants. They are producing so many tomatoes. It is insane. We cannot keep up. Everyone we know also grows tomatoes. So we're like, what do we do with all these tomatoes? So there's one recipe I have that's like it's called like Cheater's tomato pie, and it calls for a bunch of tomatoes. And I'm like, well, it calls for regular ones. We're gonna use our little cherry tomatoes. And then right now I'm gonna make avocado toast. And I've been really enjoying the Dave's Killer Bread, like English muffins. One of these, a nice ripe avocado. I'm always excited when I squeeze it. I'm like, yes, it's actually ripe. That, and then I'm gonna cut up some of these tomatoes and then do like a little balsamic crema on top. There it is. Right there. So good, and that is gonna be delicious. Now, to really amp it up, having eggs with this, or eggs on top, would be amazing, but honestly, I got too much to do today. I'm like, let's just eat this. I felt lost because every morning I eat a banana, and we were out of bananas, you guys. And so I'm like, what do I do? What do I do without a banana? So I'll show you the finished product, but I am so excited. pièce de resistance, a little bit of Malden sea salt. Oh my gosh. Nom. Okay. I'm at the workspace. We got this like little bug catcher for like 10 bucks on Amazon. There was one little fruit fly, you guys. I swear to you, I don't know how long they're supposed to live. It's been the same fly for like 3 weeks. So I finally broke down and bought this, and he's in there. Can you see him? Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Wait, did he fly out? Oh, okay. He's in there. You just can't see. That's the little shape in there. Anyway, yay. It's just so funny how a little teeny tiny fly can drive you nuts. He'd find us wherever we were here, like zipping around, landing on our food, and it was just one. It was just one. I'm telling you, it was the same one. So sorry, buddy. You lived a great long life. Okay, trying to make dinner. We've had some neighbor friends over, a bunch of kindergartners running around the house playing with the girls. So I'm making crispy orange cauliflower with coconut rice. It's from my favorite cookbook, Everyday Dinners. I can link below. Look how good this looks. I mean, are you kidding me? It looks more complicated than it actually is. So like the rice is nearly done. I'm gonna bread the cauliflower and bake it, and then you make the sauce. That's pretty much it. But I did have to buy some like special ingredients for it, like chili garlic sauce I found at Meijer. I had to get a little thing of orange juice. We don't usually like keep orange juice around. So I got a little thing of it because you need that for the sauce and like an orange and things like that. So let's make it. All right. I'm not going to bother seasoning it because honestly, I was just looking it up and it got overwhelming. I'm like, forget it. We're going to do it as it is because we make a really good like orange sauce. And I'm like, that's going to take over the flavor anyway. So the executive decision has been made. Here we go. Some of these are big though. Let me do some of the small ones. And it did say to put it on a tray with like a grate on it, whatever you call it, just to help it cook up underneath, you know. So the coconut rice is actually nearly done. It called for like coconut milk, coconut water, and then like towards the end we'll put in some coconut oil and shredded coconut, like unsweetened. So it should be very coconutty. All right, I ended up cutting a few of the pieces a little bit smaller because they were really big. So that's done. This is gonna go in the oven. Rice is on its way, like I said. And the third step is just making the sauce. And then you just put it all together. And in the meantime, I'm drinking the rest of the coconut water that we used for the recipe. Guys, I'm just now realizing it calls for only a tablespoon of orange juice, so I bought this tiny baby, right? And in this moment, I'm realizing I could just juice this and use that, which is absolutely what I'm gonna do because we have the orange. It's gonna be even better, but why did that not even cross my mind? I'm just gonna use my little lemon juicer thing, you know? Whatever we don't use, I will gladly drink. I don't know, will there be enough juice? One day I would love to get an electric juicer. I just don't know if we will use it enough. But I say that and I use this thing at least like once a week for lemons and stuff. Not like the juicers where you make a whole juice thing. I mean like the ones like this, they're just electric. Oh, it smells so good. So good. All right, that's probably about a tablespoon. Perfect. All right, that's everything that goes in the sauce. So we're gonna cook it until it bubbles and then let it simmer. I might not start it yet until we're closer to when the stuff's gonna be done, the cauliflower, because it only cooks for a few minutes, so I don't want it to like be sitting there too long. Look at this sauce, Tyler, for the orange chicken. Look at this orange sauce, completely homemade.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, Tyler, try it. Oh, you're gonna love that. It's not even warm yet.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I know. Okay. Cold taste test, really good. Okay, this looks incredible. The sauce tastes so good. Like I was tasting all the components, so hopefully together it's good. That was so unbelievably good, you guys. Tyler took one bite. It was like, this is one of the best things we've ever made. I'm like, okay. So then I sit down and take a bite and I'm like, oh my gosh. So couple things I would know. I might be able to find this recipe online and link it if you don't want to buy the cookbook because I know, Pinocchio, I need to feed you. that the author of this book, I'm pretty sure, had a blog first, so a lot of these recipes are. So if I can find it, but otherwise, this cookbook, it's where we get some of our favorite recipes. It's really good. But anyway, double the amount of sauce it says to make. So you might need 2 oranges, because we definitely were wanting more sauce with it, and especially like for the leftovers too. So at least double the amount of sauce. I might even consider, tripling might be too much, but yeah, that was crazy good. Oh, the other thing, third thing, is that it does have a kick to it because of the chili garlic oil. So the kids were like, so I was like, I wish I had left some of the cauliflower without the sauce on it so that they could have eaten it that way, or I could have put something else on it. You know what I mean? So just something to consider. But yeah, that was really good. Like, we will be making that again. Look what I've gotten myself into. Cleaning out the fridge. I literally just got back with some groceries for the week, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to start this, but you know when your fridge gets to that point where you're like, it's just gross. It needs to be wiped down. So I did one shelf, and then I'm like, well, so now I'm going through it all. Like, there were some leftovers that need to be thrown away, so now I'm trying to figure it out. And I think there's like just a couple of like old sauces from like recipes that are definitely expired, so it'll be a good feeling once I've done it. I'm part of the way through. All right. We are cleaned out. I rearranged a couple of things, but as a general rule, everything's been cleaned, kind of refilled, put in the right place, which was really the other thing. So, so much better. Okay, this is a very food-heavy vlog, I know. Having one of our favorite afternoon snacks. It's just like plain Greek yogurt and then honey, almonds, and blueberries, and you mix it all up, and it's actually really, really good. I like the just texture differences. I think that's a big reason why I like it. But we usually will put in like this blend of like chia seed and flaxseed. It's this very specific one we buy on Amazon. And I haven't bought it, so we don't have it right now. So I need to place an Amazon order soon. So that might have to occur soon. But I need to taste test this to make sure there's enough honey in it, because I am very particular about like the ratio being right. Okay, so with the mentality that you're in charge of your own life, especially as a parent, I've mentioned this before, and if you're just gonna have a night at home and you don't feel like not being at home, or you don't feel like being at home, you're in charge of taking the kids and you can go do something without spending any money. So tonight we were like, it's Saturday, we want to do something fun with them. So we decided to have a picnic at a park, and it's a park that's a little bit farther away. So I guess we did spend money on gas, but you know, it's a little bit farther away, like 25 minutes instead of like local ones. But it's a really cool one that has like art all around. It's one we used to go to. I used to live near here, but like there's some art there. One of them is like this giant thing of bones. I'll show you. I'll get a clip of it. That's just cool. Like, it's a literal skeleton that's been here for years, but it's owned by the art museum here, which is next door, which we're not sure if it's open. We have a membership, and if it is, we might pop in, even if for like 30 minutes. But it was so nice. We sat right over there at those picnic tables, and the girls ate a few bites, ran around, ate a few bites. Tyler and I could hold a conversation. And I was just thinking, why do we ever even try to go to restaurants? This is way more pleasant to just... So anyway, I'm just so glad we decided to get out of the house and do this. So hopefully this will inspire you to do something similar if you're into it, because it's one of those things that just kind of shakes up our routine a little bit. But again, it doesn't really cost any money. Kind of see it's a skeleton from above. It's hard to get a good shot of it. There you go.
Gosh, that's
So cool. Okay, the art museum is still open, and we're seeing this special exhibit at the Lume here, and it's all Salvador Dali. Okay, so we just keep walking, and it just keeps going, and there's tons of cool places to like sit and just watch it. They also have like a cute little cafe here. Oh my gosh. And it just keeps going. All right, guess what time it is? As usual, our weekly laundry chat. Actually, I don't know that it's necessarily been weekly, but we have done it recently. So it is Sunday afternoon. Felicity's napping, and Gigi's downstairs with Daddy. I'm trying to get some stuff done up here. Gosh, like I just feel like I will go through like weeks where our bedroom area, like, you know, the chair you might have in your room, where all of your laundry goes, clean or dirty, papers, just random stuff. I will go weeks where I keep it clear, I keep my dresser clear, and then I will have like a 2-week period where it's an absolute mess, and today is that absolute mess period. So I am tackling it no matter what today. I've probably tackled like half of it. But I just need to kind of finish it up because I pulled out, okay, it all began with, hold on, I have changed out of the clothes I wore to church and we are in full comps. It's a rainy day here. Anyway, it all started because I was watching this video about decluttering, which you guys know, I love decluttering. Sounds funny, but you know what I mean. And it was this video by the Minimal Mom and a couple other people. I don't follow them yet. Honestly, after this video, I probably will. But I'll link the video below. She was just talking about if there are clothes in your closet that are bullying you, you should get rid of them. And of course, what they meant by that was that, you know, clothes that maybe you used to fit into, you don't anymore. And so every time you see them, you think, well, I'll keep it until one day I can fit in it again. And it's not to say that you won't hit that one day. Like when I was thinking about it, I was talking about it to Tyler, and Tyler was like, well, I feel like that sounds really pessimistic. Like you're getting rid of it because you don't ever think you might be that certain way, or whatever it is, fit into the clothes. Okay. My point is, I don't view it that way. I kind of view it as, it may take me a while if I am to get to whatever size. And there are certain things I know that like, I don't aspire to be the size I was before kids. I mean, please, sure. But I also know in reality, like that I'm pretty content with the way that I have been feeling. And so I feel like a lot of those clothes that I've been holding on to for so long, it really is just time to let go. And a lot of them are, ones I liked, but it's not like they're these deeply rooted, sentimental pieces of clothing. They're just ones that I think are cute that like maybe someday I'd fit. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think I need to stop. So, okay, boy, should I just start this clip over? My point is, I went around in circles, and so then I was like kind of quickly going through even like my sports bra. I was gonna say sports bra drawer, but it's like a workout clothes little drawer here. And I was going through those, and I was like, there are like 4 sports bras in there that are maybe a nicer brand or they're whatever. What was that? Oh my gosh, it was my phone. When I tell you, I thought someone threw something at me from the wall. That was so scary. That scare you guys? Anyway, what am I talking about, you guys? This is the me you're getting on this Sunday afternoon. Some of the sports bras in there are way too tight on me. They always have been. And I hold on to them because like one of them is newer. It was sent to me and I'm like, this is really nice. I love the color of it, but it is so tight. It's not comfortable. So then it just takes up space in my drawer, bullies me. So I challenge you. I'll put that video below if you are in need of some inspiration because they had a lot of really good ideas in there. But that was the one that I kind of took out from it that I really hadn't heard before. So I brought all of that up to say I have a little pile of like donation clothes. And that's what's so beautiful. Like you saw my recent Kohl's haul in the last vlog. And like those are clothes that I feel like they fit my body right now as it is. And that is what I want most of my closet to be. What actually fits me right now. It's not to say, like, even in that video, they talked about you could have like a little under the bed storage thing or somewhere where you could maybe keep those clothes that you really just can't part with, but that you're tired of looking at because, again, they're reminding you of like whatever you feel that you should be looking like, even though you're beautiful the way you are. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of good ideas in there. So that's where my mind has been the past week. And every part of me is like, what else can we go through? But I'm like, Jessica, honestly, I just need to get this mess cleaned up before I even... It's like what I did yesterday with the fridge. I'm like, I get groceries in and then I start taking things out of the fridge to clean it out. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Just get it cleaned up first. And then if there's time, maybe. Anyway, so how are you guys today? I am definitely glad to be just staying home today. Yesterday was so much fun going to the park and stuff. They were so tired by the time we got home. I thought they would fall asleep in the car because it was like a longer drive, but they didn't. But we got in, everyone got in jammies, and they both fell asleep very quickly. And I took the time to declutter. Yesterday we're trying to watch through Seinfeld all the way through. Because I'd only ever seen like plenty of episodes when they'd be reruns on TV in like high school or whatever, but I'd never actually sat and watched all the way through. And I have to say, even seeing the random episodes, like I understood who the characters were and their relationship to each other, but watching it in order, I have a completely different view of the show, and it's so good. Anyway, so we're watching Seinfeld, and while we were doing that last night, I took the time to also declutter my phone and reorganize it a bit. I updated to the new like iOS, so there's like a couple cool new things you can do to your home screen, which is just cool. Like you can do different colors and tints to it. And anyway, so I was messing with that, and then that inspired me. I deleted, you ever looked at how many apps you have on your phone? You guys, I had stuff on there from like probably 6 years ago, because like when you set up a new phone, like anytime I've ever gotten a new phone, I'm just setting it up as like to copy my old phone. So it downloads all the same apps. So over the years, I've never really gone through and decluttered it. It felt so good to declutter and delete so many apps that I haven't even opened. There were probably 7 apps that weren't even an app anymore. It just showed up as like a doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So I could delete those. It was such a good feeling. And then I'm not one to use folders on my phone, but Tyler does. And I've always thought it was kind of odd. But now the way, and this is if you have an iPhone, the way it works is if you don't have an app on your home screen, it's like in your app library. But there are certain apps that I never can remember the name of it. Like if it's something to help, like we have an app that controls our thermostat. And I can never remember what it's called, but I don't usually have it on my home screen because I don't access it a ton. And so when I need to, I'm like, dang it. So then I got to scroll through my entire app library and find which one. So now I have like a little home folder where all the like 10 different apps that are something I might use for our home, they're all in there. So then I can just scroll through that and find it. I guess I could just add it to the home screen, but I feel like there's so many apps like that, you know? And then I also did one for like school related things. Like there's an app for, oh my gosh, like they even have, I guess it's more of a website, but you know, you can like take a website and create an icon for it on your home screen. So I've got a folder now for school stuff, like the lunch menu. I was trying to print it out. I was talking about recently, which I still kind of like having the print out, but they have a website where I can just access it that way each morning. And so it's nice to have that in a place where I can see it. And yeah, so it's just been like a weekend or a week of redoing a few systems, decluttering a few things, which is, I mean, there's nothing better. I feel like I get this way a lot in the fall, almost more so than I do in the spring. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like, you know, the start of the weather's cooling down slowly but surely. Today is the first slightly cooler day we've had. But I feel like the weather cooling down, the leaves turning over just kind of ignites something in me that makes me want to declutter. I don't know. Do you feel that more in the spring or in the fall? I feel like the thing is that everyone feels it in the spring, but I don't know. I think I feel it both times, but more often in the fall. Another thing they talked about, you know, we all keep clothes that are for things like, oh, these are my yard work clothes or my painting clothes, like things I wear that maybe they're already ruined or whatever and you don't care about them. And I think it's important to have, you know, a thing or two like that. But one thing I was thinking about was like, why do we keep like 5 yard work shirts? And like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I need 1, maybe 2 outfits, if you will, like 2 shirts, 2 bottoms, whatever that looks like for that purpose. And that is more than enough because I do my laundry every week. And so no matter what, at the end of the week, like, how many do you really need? You know what I mean? Just something to think about. I feel like that's true for anything. I am a sucker for pajamas. And so some of the pajamas, again, are just a little too tight. And I feel like some of those that I've been holding on to for that same reason, it's probably just time to get rid of because pajamas need to be comfortable. And if they're not comfortable on me, like, why am I keeping them? Anyway, I'm going around in circles. I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed. I have so enjoyed doing this with you guys. I have done more vlogs than I've ever done in a shorter period of time this past month. So I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed them. I'm glad that you have. If you missed any in there, there's a high chance you did. Because I have been doing so many. I will link my vlogs playlist. So you can kind of click through there. You can see the thumbnails and see if there's any you might have missed. Of course, I want to thank Finn for supporting my channel and sponsoring yet another video this month on my channel. I do appreciate it. Again, if you want to check it out, you can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in my description box to get 15% off your first bone broth order with my code, which is Jessica15 at checkout. Thank you, Finn. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.